Mayang hapon sa tanan. Hallelujah man. Mayang hapon sa tanan. My congratulations to Mindanao Goes Solar and of course Prof Organization for organizing this, Miss Maxine, and my respect to Dr. Ambrosio Bicoltura and the distinguished guests also. On behalf of CEED, we would like to extend our deep appreciation for inviting us to be part of this very important na event, Bale. So, without further ado, I will start my discussion for this afternoon. So, I was advised that I have very limited time, but I will try to capture all the important points this afternoon. The Center for Energy, Ecology, and Development is a think-to institution. It's a non-government organization, and we do research, policy work, and of course, community building also. We prioritize that. It is our priority that in everything that we do, we anchor it on transformative energy, ecological justice, and people-centered development because we believe that projects should be sustainable and these factors are inevitably linked together. So, a brief view of what transformative energy is. We believe that from generation, transmission, distribution, and even regulation of energy because energy is really important po sa atong adlaw-adlaw nga panginabuhi. Dili ta maka-operate as a city, especially na nata sa city, dili ta ka-operate nga wala enerhiya. And then sadly, we've been sourcing out this energy bale from non-renewables, which also is not helpful or damaging rather to the environment. So we believe that we should consider all these factors primarily with the sustainability in mind, especially for the contribution of social transformation and fulfillment of human rights. So an example for our research work is of this publication, which is from an output rather, of the convergence of 100% renewable energy where key stakeholders were part of this activity, I think. And then it was participated also with our partner here, Philippine Movement for Climate Justice, all under the umbrella of the Power for People Coalition. We do community work, but these are science-based and we try to include all of the perspectives of all concerned stakeholders in our projects. So CEED's current nationwide agenda is promoting for the utilization of available renewable energy sources, particularly solar energy, because now we are glad that it is much cheaper and it is very flexible, as what Ms. Maxine said earlier. Financing for it is much flexible, unlike other systems. So we believe that it is more achievable, bali, especially sa ato ang naadiri sa community. And then very gayusta og kuryente like 24/7. So just brief background of the energy and then an outlook for the RE here in the Philippines. We started supplying 96% of the energy demand from petroleum, which is also non-renewable. Pangalo ta dito, and then from there we've also included the applications of nuclear energy to the mix, which is also very harmful. And then dito na dayon, nagsunod-sunod na dayon ang developments bali sa fossil fuel na energy source. But then before, the Philippines then pushed for RE. The RE law was passed, and then its priority is on energy independence and power market reforms para baling mas inclusive siya, maskin sa masa, mas makamasa bali siya. So before early 2000s, we had 4,450 megawatts of capacity, but it was targeted to be doubled by 2013. Now we had to monitor pa that, and then this was 2013 na target. And right now, as Mindanao, we're targeting for 50-50 energy mix, 50% renewable by 2030. Is that right? 2030. So we support that also through solar. These are comparative reports also on the energy sufficiency levels. Sadly, ni-drop ta at present, this was 2000, early 2000s also, ni-drop ta by 55%. So, dili kay na naka-progressive, not as aggressively progressive ang ato ang pag-implement sa RE nationwide because also of other factors. Kinahanglan yun siya nga collective, bali siya nga movement, bali ang pag-push sa RE. Cautionary tales at present. An example would be sa Europe. It is a developing country and especially in Bangladesh, ba to siya? Bangladesh. They source out from gas and particularly LNG. And then mupo nilang dilemma karon kay ka-short supply na sila sa LNG. And then like Cagayan, like the Philippines, they use electricity all the time. So where would they source out now? Nga, man, dominated ban sila by LNG. So, thankfully, Philippines is more into renewables. That's why we try to push that in alignment to the national RE push. Okay. Here's a brief, I think 2 minutes video of an example of a country which is LNG reliant, who is now confronted with energy supply issues.
One of the fastest economies in Asia, Bangladesh is facing its worst electricity crisis in a decade. It's compounded by the rising cost of living, a fuel shortage, and allegations of corruption in a multi-billion-dollar upgrade to energy infrastructure. Public anger is growing.
We're protesting about the frequent power cuts. They promise to provide electricity to every home, but instead, they have increased electricity tariffs. Where has all the money gone? If they can't run the country, they should resign.
Last year, the government pledged to link every household to the national grid, but the ambitious development plan has stalled. For over a month now, major cities, towns, and rural areas across the country have been left without electricity for several hours a day. And the power shortage is a major blow to the country's industrial sector. Tariffs have gone up several times in past few years, and soaring temperature have increased demand.
We can't run our businesses properly because of the power outages, so customers don't come. And all of us suffer during the hot weather. It's a very difficult time.
Operating units at several power plants were shut down this month because of the fuel shortage. Business leaders say the government should have tapped domestic coal and gas resources instead of relying on imports, which have drained foreign currency reserves.
1 month থেকে
For the past month, production has been hampered and costs have increased. Many industries are managing with diesel generators, but it costs twice as much as electricity from the grid.
The textile sector, which accounts for more than 80% of Bangladesh's export, is hard hit. The government has urged people to be patient.
There was a financial crisis in the wake of the increase in global fuel prices in the international market. It won't last long. The situation will normalize within the next 15 to 16 days.
Analysts warn that with an economic crisis brewing and general elections to be held in January, Bangladesh is likely to see more protest and unrest in the coming weeks and months. Tanvi Chaudhry, Al Jazeera, Dhaka.
Yeah, so that's an example of a very LNG reliant country, and then yeah, because it's non-renewable, lisod yun ang sitwasyon na dayon kung magkulang na ang supply. So what do we do? What do we do bali ko inana na? We switch to renewables, and that's what we're trying to do here. And then through this expo, hopefully, I think the MGS would also agree that we would try to cascade that even to the farthest marginalized community, that we need to switch to renewable energy because LNG is not the solution, and we need to go out, or we need to remove fossil fuels from the energy mix. Advancing renewable energy, ensuring that the 9513, RA 9513, or the RE Act of 2008 was fully implemented. So this was clean and affordable renewable energy convergence in 2018, I think, or 2023. And the key participants here are also, of course, because we try to be inclusive in everything. This was participated by policymakers, industry experts, and of course the local communities who firsthand knows what it is like to live there, and then unsa din lang panginahanglanon. So CEED gathers all those perspectives in taking actions forward. So another guidance for us as we do research and policy work, our papers, the papers we publish are also the tools or the guidance we use for as reference for how would we strategize implementing RA nationally. So one is the future is 1.5 degrees future is possible pathway. This was commissioned by CEED with climate analytics. The pathway reflects also the pathway also states that we had an estimated 1,200 gigawatts potential with wind and solar alone. And then with solar, we've got the report also reflected or stated that roof-mounted and ground-mounted solar PVs. So to ramp up, the ramp up begins, if you'll notice, sa 2030, pasaka, doon na lang ko dire, 2030 magsugod, muna siya ang ideal bali nga pathway bali for the RE switch. And then by 2030, well, pasaka pa na siya, dinha pa siya nga mo, kanang mubumog ayo or mas magdaghan ang iyang capacity bali. And then, for solar PV rooftop alone, naatay 85 gigawatts. And then it is ideal nga solar PV, rooftop mounted bali ang solar PV, especially for us in Mindanao because we try to not harm or not disturb the agriculture activities or the agriculture sector. So here are the benefits of switching to solarization. First is what would be the benefits we gain from it, ecological benefits. So for economic, of course, we'll have greater cost savings because we are sourcing from renewables na, dili nata dependent bali from sourcing out. We would have greater cost savings on the long run. It is an investment and not an expense bali on our part because dili matagatan-aw nga ka lang for this year lang nga savings but for 5 years, 10 years, ana. Muna siya, ang Ateneo de Davao is an example also. They have 1,000 kilowatt total capacity across their university. I think three campuses, and they save as much as 1.6 million per month. And then solar PV, roof-mounted rather, nga solar PVs alone. And then, naka-add mi dito, wala lang ko nakakita sa katong sa roof-mounted nga solar panels, but as if I recall correctly, naka-mention si Doc Nelson Enano na ang daytime na use, dito po sila sa harvest, dito bali na yung diretso bali. So, dako sila savings tungod kay ang naabot sila yung battery, and then appeal ang sa night bali, ma-optimize po nila. Environmental and health, because we are reducing the carbon footprint and protecting our planet. So we are also contributing to the protection of it, conservation of it, and because lesser na ang carbon footprint, we have cleaner air. So that also benefits us because maless na ang total carbon emissions bali nato. And then kung nakabantay mo, diri sa Cagayan, not as worse as other cities, bali diri sa Philippines, but diri sa Cagayan, labi na diri sa area sa Veles ba na, gasugod na, nga medyo grayish na ang ato ang kuan, labi na ko kanang hapon. So that's something that, reality nga, dili siya science, kakahitabo na siya. And then, maskin ang klima karon, dili na po di kalimod po, nga ga-change na. So, that would be one participation from us. Dili kinahanglan nga advocate ka, maskin consumer ka, electricity consumer ka, you can contribute to helping the environment and also keeping the environment healthy for everyone. Kay kita naman gamit po ani di kita rami nagpuyo po diri. Energy independence, because we are installing, if maka-install na ka og solar panel, bale, you have your own source for the energy, and it is dependable enough that in the event of grid disruptions or kana mga brownout, na kay backup bali. And then also we've done this sa kaning kung naay mga bagyo, ang immediate yun dayon nga kinahanglanon bayaan na isuga sa kanang kung like sa ito ni evacuation centers mostly. Suga ba yung kinahanglanon or ang kanang charging stations para sa radio. And then there are solar kits also nga mobile siya. And then dako na kay siya nga help bali. So that's proof that dependable si renewable energy and si solar power. Other benefits besides that is also si solar PV can also serve as insulator sa atong roofs to lessen the heat bali sa house bali. And then also noise insulation at some point tungod kay na murag sa iyang material nakatabang siya insulate ana, and then also available sa noise po din, heat and noise. Then another benefit that I would like to highlight is emphasize rather is si kinsa man gyud ang mag-benefit greatly aning sa solar. Kay na I wanted to emphasize this kay para bali nga mawala na sa ato ang mindset or sa mindset sa mga tao na pag solar PV or solarization kay para na din na sa katong mga arang-arang og life, arang-arang og kuan, arang-arang og panginabuhi, which is not. We need to dili siya for them only, but mas maka-benefit to ang katong nasa lagyo pod and then marginalized. Even the higaonons, even the farmers. Examples of who would greatly benefit from solar power. So first, of course, homeowners, kay kita every day man na nato nga gamit man. Farmers and fisher folks, of course, with their limited pod nga kanang ilang income pod, this would greatly assist them kay mahal na jud pod ang kuryente karon, and they do not use it just for phones, but also their machineries also. So that would greatly help them. Business owners, because tungod kay mag-cut na sa inyo ang expense bali sa inyong electricity bill, of course, you can prioritize those funding allocated to more bigger projects or development of the business. And another is all electric and electronic vehicles and machinery owners and environmental advocates as well, because we as consumers will prefer renewables, especially solar power, to help battle the climate crisis and protect Mother Earth. So those are examples of ecological benefits. On this part, I would like to highlight the works of CEED, mainly nationally, but focusing on its Mindanao work. So this is Likas Kayang Enerhiya. This was the one I witnessed was with Sarangani, that was from New Zealand funding. And then kanisya, ang kanin sa first sa Negros Occidental, ang marginalized fisher folk bali ang gi-assistan ani sa solar, where they charge their katong ilang mga gamit bali nila. Another is sa Oriental Mindoro, which is the Mangyan community. Ang ilang solar PV is for light and for charging, I think. And then kaning sa Sarangani, Maasim Sarangani, the PV assist them sa light pod and then sa charging station bali. And then somehow gigamit po siya as shade bali sa ila adidto. The project in Sarangani, background, si Sarangani, sa Blaan Tribe rather in Sarangani, ang napuyo sila just across a coal power plant. Like, muna ilang bukid diri, nadinin ang planta dayon. Pero sila nga nagpuyo dito, makalanghap sila sa abog, sa aso, sa tanan carbon emissions gikan sa planta, wala sila kuryente. Ngit-ngit yung kay dito. Pero kakaapektuhan gyapon sila besides sa air, saba kay dito kada gabi. And then ang baho mismo sa hangin dito kay kanang lain ba niya, ang feel mismo is kanang alingiing bitaw. And then recently I think early this year man siguro to, nakashare si Pastor Alan nga nag-increase na ang cases sa ila dito, usually sa katong mga older folks nila na yung mga lung diseases, gadaghan na ang gahubakon. So, kana siya, ang ilang story is kanang sani? Kuan yun, kanang somehow makahinoktok ka ba nga kung kinsa ba ni nga nagkinahanglan og insakto unta nga treatment, and then kinahanglan pod og maskin basic utility as light and charging station and reliable water source. Sila na nun ang wala din ha, and then kuan pa jud makadawat pa jud sila og dili maayo nga treatment from the emissions sa plant valley. So kana siya, that was 2021 nga gibutang ang katong solar PV didto, and then nag-relocate sila panaog na, but the solar PV is still functioning up until now. Suga bali ang gina-power ana niya. Okay. So this part is the subnational energy transitions. We just don't focus on one project or one community-based project, but also the transition mismo sa subnational. So, ang focus na mo karon is on Mindoro Island, Negros, and Misamis Oriental. This was, kali siya nga push is tungod po sa katong publish before, or study rather, nga gihimo before ni CEED on Negros, which was a scoping study on RE transition mismo sa area. And it helped them enact the first renewable energy code in the country, and also leaded towards the the formulation of the energy transition roadmap in Negros Occidental. So hoping that we can also apply that here in Misamis Oriental and all the other projects also para maka-transition na dito to RE. Okay. So a similar partnership that we are trying to pursue is with USTP, si Dr. Ambrosio Cultura. This is Agri-Energy, or the Agropolis Renewable Energy Institute, is a consortium comprising of USTP, Institute of Power Sector Economics, CEED, PAMBI, Protected Area Management Board, Mount Balatucan Range Natural Park, Algerio Caveria, and Korean Chamber of Commerce. Nakalimut ko sa name, nagpuli na sila. Ang priority ni the intention of Agropolis is more focused on agriculture. Nagsurround bali siya sa development sa agriculture sector. So that's why RE, or the energy, is also vital bali siya ana kay agriculture sector is among the sectors nga ga-utilize og daghan mas dako nga lump sa power bali. So Agri-Energy, as part of Agri-Energy, we also consult with the LGUs, other academies also, and then anang meeting of minds para maka-transition bali locally bali dire. And then among of its priority projects of Agri-Energy is the solarization of Sitio Enahaw at Mount Balatucan, which is spearheaded by CEED. The last visit was just atong sometime in May, and then we consulted the community on their requirements, and because we wanted na from them bali ang ilang tingog ang mo ma-consider, and then ang ilang actual need bali ang ma-address bali. So that's also with Paso IV, and then the LGU Hingoog, and then PAMBI MBRNP. We are currently in the works of its social preparations, kay ang area is protected area, and another is because higawnon. So naad yun may proseso nga gina-follow ko dani. Okay, gitayman ko 3 minutes na. The same RE push under agropolitanization framework This is the most recent nga meeting namo with Agri-Energy. It's a planning for the whole year. And then, of course, under agropolitanization because it's for agriculture development mainly. So, yeah, focusing on Claveria, USDP Claveria. Ay! Okay. So, nag-skip na siya. Medyo na yung technical nga ano. Isa. Okay, so besides those community-based projects, we also we understand also the importance of the youth's voices. So CEED through the kinaiyahan also participate sa kanang yearly Earth Day activities, amplifying calls for climate action, climate hasten renewable energy transition and climate action for climate crisis. Okay, jumping to, this is the most recent and then mo pod ang kalihukan yun, pinaka-importante nga kalihukan among rather the important projects of the push of CEED is the 10 million solar rooftops challenge, which Mindanao Go Solar is also a part of. We're partnered with PMCJ also here, Agropolis Ascenti Park, New Energy Nexus, Ateneo de Davao. Dr. Nelson, spearheaded by Dr. Nelson, sila po na among partner, bali ani. And the challenge aims to put up 10 million solar rooftops across the Philippines through multi-sectoral advocacy and cooperation. This was the launching last year. Okay, here in Mindanao, we are partners with Mindanao Development Authority also, Dr. Nelson Enano of Ateneo de Davao. The Archdiocese of CDO, which also supports this movement kasi with Caritas Philippines. And the Agropolis Ascenti Park, USTP, the Power Institute. The recent activity we had was to try, we attempted to address or assist USTP on saon pag-switch or pag-shift bali to solarization, and then through a roundtable discussion also with another state university, which is Bukso, yan na sila yung solar PVs dito, and it really helped them. So, we're trying, kani silang participants, we're trying to assess how we could hasten this implementation here. Okay, so last slide na yun to siya, pero nawala na. Okay. So, lastly, I would take this opportunity also to, okay, I would like to take this opportunity also to invite you to be part of the 10 million solar rooftops challenge by either being an endorser, meaning you talk about it, maskin sa balay, pag-abot sa balay, magstorya mo about solar, the benefits of it, or by being a solar champion yourself, you will install, or invest in your own solar PV system in your house, and then para nga, ang pinaka-main intention po ani nga movement is para ma-ramp up and then we can share the benefits of it. Para nga, mas kitang tanan, dili na ta dependent po sa non-renewables, and then we can actually have energy independence also without harming the environment. So, I think, yes, that concludes my presentation. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope that somehow na yung mga insights na nakuha ninyo from this discussion. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Juris, Demi, Agustin.